Too little, too late.
Well, I thought the second half, the key in it was our rebound. We didn't rebound the ball. We gave them 6 or 7 offensive rebounds in the second half, and we can't do that. I said if you take a look at the stats, our key things to look at is the assist to turnover ratio. Too many turnovers today, unforced turnovers. We did not, we out rebound them 41-29. So on paper it looks great. We had 17 offensive rebounds. They only had 9, but they had 6 in the second half. And the second chance points are 12-11. So we're making all this effort without getting anything out of it. And we got to do a better job. We have to do a better job. And then the final one is you got to look at the free throws. We were good, better at the free throw line today, but we only got there 11 times. Now we fouled some at the end, but it would be 11 to about a 25 clip in their favor. And you're just not going to win many games doing that. It's amazing that you're in the game at the end, and we played pretty hard. We did some good things on that. But those are the keys. Those are the key things to look at, and we didn't do a good enough job tonight.
And you mentioned the second chance points, which was going to be what I wanted to ask you about. It just seemed like you guys had so many opportunities around the basket and just could never get it to go. It just seemed like one of those nights.
Well, no, I wish I could say it was one of those nights. We got to be tougher. We got to be more physical. We got to be tougher. We got to take our time and finish. And if you can't finish, if there's too much traffic, you got to kick it out. And that's it. Early part of the season, those are some things that those guys, those big guys underneath got to learn. Again, they haven't been put in a position where they're counted on to make some of those plays. I think maybe in their former lives, if they got anything, they were going to shoot that, which I can't blame them. But we have to do a better job. If you're swarmed in there and you don't have a good shot, then you got to, kick it out to a guard and reset and let's get into something. That's a thing I think we'll learn.
2 more things and I'll let you go. Carlino for them 38 points. A lot of those shots are worked and tested. He just hit some good shots.
Well, we did a good job on him in some spots, but there was a couple inexcusable situations where he got him off the baseline out of bounds, where we're late on the switch or whatever the case might be. The threes are one thing. The thing that we can't do is put a guy like that to the free throw line too, because we stopped him at the end on some of those threes. He probably missed his last 2 or 3, but now he gets to the free throw line. And so that was disappointing a little bit there at the end. But, other than him, he did a great job on everybody else, and that's unfortunate. But, he hasn't played as well. And I think, we said, as I mentioned to you earlier, it was going to be a much different Marquette team, and he definitely led the way.
Yeah, and lastly, you also mentioned to me earlier, Todrick can be explosive, 17 points and hit some good shots.
Yeah, he did. And him and, Q had a bad shooting night tonight. Had some really good looks, ones that he normally will knock down. But again, Todrick, you need to just keep cultivating the difference between shots within the offense and high school shots. And he'll learn that. And just because you make 2 doesn't mean you get to shoot the next one, from 40 feet out. Those are things. That's the thing, though, Brandon. We can get over those, and we can overcome those if we're rebounding the ball and if we're taking care of the ball. And that's the process that you're under. You have to do those other 2 to allow for some quick shots or bad shots, or guys to understand what kind of shots you need at this level. And unfortunately, we didn't have the first 2 points to carry over for the third.
All right, Coach, thanks. Go home and get some sleep.
You got it.